everybody, welcome back to Make Sense of Math. In today's edition, we'll be adding and subtracting fractions, both with common denominators and uncommon denominators. Now to start out, we're going to talk about something very basic, and that is, what is addition? Addition is joining things that have the same terms. If we look at this, we have two apples, and we have 3 oranges. Now we can't actually join these together. We can't actually add these together because the terms are different, apples and orange. But we can change the term to, we have 2 pieces of fruit and we have 3 pieces of fruit. How many pieces of fruit do we have total? Well, we have 5 pieces of fruit. Because we changed the terms to fruit, they're the same, we can add them together. So this is going to be the same thing with fractions. Let's start out with this. We're going to be doing bar models, and I'm just going to suggest something when you do this. Fractions can be shown with circles, but it can get very confusing or difficult to divide a circle up into thirds or fifths or sevenths, and so I'm going to suggest that you always use rectangles. We're going to show 2 fifths here. This is 1 bar. I'm going to divide it up into fifths, and we have 2 fifths, and I'm going to be joining that with 2 fifths. So again, I'm going to show that in a bar model. Now my term here is fifths. I have 2 fifths, and I'm joining that with 2 fifths. So I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 fifths. Let's do that again over here. Where here our term is going to be eighths. So I'm going to divide this up into eighths, and I have 3 eighths. I'm going to mark those here, and I'm going to join that with 7 eighths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Excuse me. So we're going to join this together with 7 eighths. Now here my term is eighths, right? It is the same, so I can join them together. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 eighths, right? Which is the same as 1 whole and 2 eighths. And I can reduce that to 1 1/4. Now let's look at if my terms are different. We have 3/4. Let's show that here. 2, 3. So here my term in my first fraction is fourths. Now my second fraction is thirds. Now I'm going to divide this one up. Let's use the same color here. I'm going to divide this one up. See how I did my lines vertically here? I'm going to do them horizontally here. 2 thirds. And I'm going to show 2 thirds here. So here my term is thirds, right? Now my terms are not the same, so I'm going to make them the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw these horizontal lines that I drew here, up here, and the vertical lines that I drew here, I'm going to draw them down here. Now, you notice that the bar models look the same as far as what the terms. So here right now I have twelfths, right? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 twelfths here, and I have 8 twelfths here. Now my term is twelfths, so I can combine them together. 9 twelfths plus 8 twelfths is going to be 17 twelfths, right? I'm running out of room here. I'll just kind of go over here. So that is going to be the same as 1 whole and 5 twelfths, right? Let's do this again. I have 5 6. So I'll do my lines here vertical. 4, 5, 6. Okay. So here my term is 6. And here over on the second one, my term is thirds, not the same. And I'm going to just show this one first by doing horizontal lines. Okay. So 1/3 here. I have 6 on the top, thirds on the bottom, not the same. We're going to make them the same. So again, these vertical lines here, I will draw on the bottom. 1, 2, exactly the same. And then my horizontal lines here, I'll draw on the top. Now you see I have the same. Now my term has changed to 18ths. Here I have 15 18ths colored in, And down here, I have 6/18 colored in. So 15/18 plus 6/18 is going to give me 21/18, which is the same as 1 and 3/18, which can also reduce to 1. So I'm going to divide both of these by 3. So 18 divided by 3 is 6, and 3 divided by 3 is 1. So that's going to give me 1 whole and 1/6. Okay, last one for this. I'm going to have 3/8. So here my term is 8. So divide this one up into 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so there's 8s. Okay, and I have 3/8. And then on my second one, again, I have thirds. We're going to use horizontal lines. So 2/3. Now these are different terms. On the top I have 8s, on the bottom I have thirds. Not the same. I need to make them the same. So I'll draw these vertical lines down here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops, sorry. And these horizontal lines up on the top. Now my term is common because they are the same amount of boxes on each top and bottom, and it has changed to 24ths, right? So you can count, and I have 9/24 on top, and on the bottom, I have 16 24ths. So 9/24 plus 16/24 is going to give me 25 24ths, and that, again, can reduce to 1 and 1/24, right? Now the same thing goes with subtracting fractions. It's the same idea, like I can't subtract them unless the terms are the same. Here I have 6, here I have half. So we're going to do the same thing. I have 5/6. Let's go ahead and mark that here. And mark it. So I have 5/6, and I'm going to have 1/2 on the bottom. Again, I'm going to do horizontal lines here, or the opposite of what I did there. This is 1/2. Not the same terms. I'm going to make them the same. So I'll draw my horizontal line up here and divide this bottom one down into 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So now my terms, now I have 12 sections on each, right? My term is 12ths. So I have 10/12ths, and down here I now have 6/12ths. 10/12ths take away 6/12ths is going to give me 4/12ths, which can reduce to 1/3, right? Again, let's go over here. Here my term is 8ths, and here my term is 5ths, not the same. Let's make this into 7/8, divide it up into 8s, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's mark 7/8 right here. And I'm going to divide my bottom bar model up into 5ths. Make sure your lines go in the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's 5ths. And I'm going to mark 3 of them. 3 of those 5ths. Not the same terms, right? So let's draw these horizontal lines up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then these vertical lines right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so now my term has changed to 40ths, right? I have 40 little boxes here and 40 boxes there. So 4 and 40ths. Okay, so on the top I have 35 40ths shaded in, and on the bottom I have 24 40ths shaded in. So 35 40ths take away 24 40ths is going to give me 11 40ths, and that's already reduced. Okay, one last time. 4/5, so here my term are 5ths and thirds, not the same, right? So let's draw my bar models. 4/5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so here's 4/5. I'm going to take away 2/3, like my lines go in the opposite direction. Mark 2/3, and we're going to make them common terms by drawing these lines up here and drawing these vertical lines down here. Okay, now they look the same, and my term has changed to 15ths, right? So on the top I have 12 15ths shaded, and on the bottom I have 10 15ths shaded. So 12 15ths minus 10 15ths is going to give me 2/15. And again, that's also already reduced. Okay, so I hope that helps you out with understanding how to add and subtract fractions, and using a bar model is a great way to get started with doing so. Okay, see you next time. Thanks for joining me on Make Sense of Math today. If you're looking for some resources for your students to practice adding and subtracting fractions, I will go ahead and link some great ones below. Thank you. See you next time.